it's Skylar Robinson, and today for the Faith and Formulas podcast, this is our college edition, and I'm going to be interviewing Miss Erica Pooler. Hi. She's a second year medical school student at Morehouse School of Medicine, and I'm going to be asking her just a little bit about her journey. So, the first question, Miss Pooler, is what inspired you to pursue a career in STEM? And how did you choose your specific major or medical path?
Okay. So, to answer the first part, why did I go into STEM? I was always interested in science growing up. I was a really big nerd, always interested in the human body. When I was younger, I would like elementary school, I would check out like a Junie B. Jones book, but then also like a book about the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always really interested in science. And then actually my dad was in the military, came back from war with PTSD.
Right.
And he ended up having to see a psychiatrist to help him work through these things. And it was just so cool to see the doctor use their knowledge to make my dad become better.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like get past all these, my dad was waking up in the middle of the night screaming, having visions, and not visions, maybe like hallucinations, I guess that's a better word for it. And it was kind of scary. And now my dad's back to his usual goofy
Aww.
self. So that's really what inspired me. I was like, I want to make a difference like that. And so yeah. As far as my major, like I said, I was always a science girl. So, but I like all science.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that biology allowed me to take not just regular human biology, but also plant biology. I took an entomology class. I took a class about fungi or fungus, yeah. And so it was so cool to be able to do all of that. I was also really into psychology.
Okay.
And so it was really cool to be able to take that as well, and it all went towards my major. So
yeah, that's amazing. And so with your dad's story, do you feel like something that you want to do in your career is related to mental health or PTSD?
That's a good question. So my dad went through all of that when I was in high school. That's what sparked my interest in medicine. And when I went to college, I became more interested in advocacy. And so I learned a lot about maternal mortality rates and how that differs between races.
Right.
And so I kind of went towards the OB-GYN route.
Mm-hmm.
But psychiatry is so interesting. I'm still open to anything.
Right.
So I'd be willing to do anything, but yeah. So yeah, I guess yes and no. I don't know.
Yeah. Because my mom, she's an OB/GYN, and
yeah,
that stuff, I mean, I feel like you have to have a certain personality for that.
Yeah.
Have you done rotations with them yet? Or?
Not yet. That's third year. I have to take step.
Okay. Yeah. And so just some advice for young girls who may also have an interest in STEM fields, but they are scared of it because it's a male-dominated, career path. What advice would you give to them, or what's some experiences, if any, that you've had when you felt discouraged, and how did you get past that?
I would definitely 100% say go for it. Follow your passions. The thing is, I think sometimes, like you mentioned, it's male dominated. I think sometimes you feel if I'm an introvert, I might not be able to it might be too overwhelming for me and things like that. I've met women of all personalities, of just some of my friends are very kind of more forceful, I guess to say, they're more direct. Some of my friends are more shy, and so they're all in STEM. So just go for it.
Right.
You don't have to have you don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to be a male. You don't have to be Caucasian. You can be whoever you want to be. Just go for it. Follow your passion. And it's really important that we have diversity within medicine. We need the female doctors. We need people of color. We need people of different religions, of different sexualities, things like that. So our patients can know and they feel more comfortable seeing people like us or people like themselves.
Right.
And so, yeah, just go for it because you're needed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you asked another question, but I forgot.
Yes. Okay. So the next question is if you've gone through anything in your life pertaining to being a woman in this field or even in college, something that's kind of set you back, whether it's something another person said or anything like that? And how did you keep on going? Like, what gave you the faith to
Keep on going. It's a good question. So yeah, I think it kind of started in high school. I started hearing a little bit of comments.
right?
I was at med school in the country.
Oh, wow.
And so it wasn't that many Black women in my class. And so it does kind of feel, you can feel like out of place with people's comments sometimes, just the little microaggressions. That's just like, okay. But in high school, I just kind of ignored it.
Right.
In college, it was a little different because whenever we had group work, like labs or something like that, sometimes I would get overlooked, and like the people with the bigger personalities would be like, I want to do this, and they just take over. And I'm like, well, I'm also a part of the group. I want to
Right.
contribute and things like that. So I think you do have to stand up for yourself in those situations. It can, yeah, it is rough. It is rough being a woman, being a Black woman. But definitely just be confident in yourself. And I think that's what helped. Did you ask another question? I'm so sorry.
So yes, I asked like how do you get through it? It's okay. Like how did you get through those things? So you said like being confident in yourself.
Yeah. That's what helped me get through it, is just ignoring people. I also would talk to my mom and be like, this is what I'm dealing with. And I just rant to her. And then I'd go to school and I would have to pretend like everything, like nothing bothered me. You know what I mean? Because you don't want people to be like stepping over you. Sometimes if you are, well, I'm not gonna say it's not bad to be vulnerable, but you want people to take you seriously as well. So I did a lot of outside dealing with my emotions more so than of course I didn't blow up in anyone's face or anything like that. But yeah, so just having a nice support system is very important. And yeah, building up your own confidence as you go about your career.
That's amazing advice.
Yeah.
And so what would you say for young girls looking to pursue careers in STEM who are currently in high school? What should they be doing as far as building their resume and just opportunities that they should be seeking out?
I would definitely say shadow. I think I think it is sometimes difficult to shadow when you're in high school because of the liability thing.
Right.
But I had a family doctor, and I was like, can I shadow you? And because he'd known my family for so long, he was like, yeah. And so try to make connections in that way. I think shadowing is really important in the beginning to know if this is something you want to do, because you get to actually see what a doctor is doing. I think sometimes we look and we're like, oh, doctors have this lifestyle, or doctors have this, oh, my doctor has this car, my doctor has this house. And then it's like, okay, but your doctor works incredibly hard. And is this something that you want to do? So definitely shadow different specialties. You're going to want to shadow the family medicine doctor, your surgeon, OBGYN, all just kind of like get a feel for everything. Volunteering is also really important. I think volunteering might be a little bit easier. Yeah. I'm gonna say maybe because there's a lot of like there was a couple summer high school programs with hospitals in my area. And so I would definitely recommend volunteering. Now, the only thing about volunteering is whenever I would volunteer, I was always doing like stocking gloves, and I would like maybe wiping down a table, and I wasn't actually seeing what the doctor is doing. Yeah. So I think shadowing is the most important early on. And then volunteering is very important. For your application, you're going to need those volunteer hours.
Right.
Whether you're working in hospice, I volunteered in a hospice center. I volunteered at a breast care center. And then once I graduated college, I took a gap year. I was a medical assistant for a little bit. And that was the most eye-opening experience because yeah, like I said, I was doing more than just wiping down tables and things like that. But yeah, shadowing, volunteering, those are like the most important things I can think of. And
so when you volunteered at like hospice, did you do that in high school or in undergrad?
I did that in undergrad.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. That was
like the liability.
Yeah, it was definitely a summer undergrad thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just for classes too, because I know a lot of people in high school, they're worried about if certain classes will allow them to have enough information for undergraduate school, like pursuing a career in STEM. I know a misconception is that you have to take physics, like you have to take AP physics, like everybody keeps saying that to me, and I'm like, well, I know physics is not my thing. I don't do well at like super duper conceptual math heavy things. I like biology, like things that you can't see. So I don't know, from your perspective, do you think that people have to take certain classes?
Honestly, I think the only reason that you would need to be like, oh, you need to take AP Physics, AP Calc, all that stuff is for your college application. Because I don't know, like AP Physics, there's physics in medicine, but it's
catered
not
towards medicine.
Yeah, it's more like, oh, I'm actually interested in learning about
right.
than just like, oh, this is I don't know, calculating. I don't know. I wasn't a physics girl, so I can't even use an example because I don't remember.
Right.
But do I think it helped? Like AP, I didn't even take AP Bio, and I was a biology major.
Right.
So I don't know. Honestly, the AP classes, dual enrollment stuff that I did, dual enrollment when you take the college
courses.
Yeah. It really just prepared me for undergrad, I think, more so than anything I ever did in medical school. So, yeah, I would recommend it. Little side note, I had a guidance counselor when I was in high school. I wanted to drop AP calculus because I just wasn't a big fan. I was like, I don't want to do this, and it's my senior year. And my guidance counselor was actually like, because she knew I wanted to go to the University of Georgia, it was my number one school. She was like, if you drop AP calculus, you're not going to get into the University of Georgia. And I went and I still dropped it anyway. And I got accepted. Yeah, so I still got in. So sometimes so I say all that to say, sometimes it looks like, oh, I need to take these classes and things like that. But like I said, yeah, AP calculus would have helped me in medical school. It really didn't help me in undergrad that much either. I mean, well, I guess I dropped it, but like I took calculus because I needed it to graduate. I don't know if anything really helped. Yeah, you know what I mean? But I still recommend taking them for your application to look good and things like that. But
you wouldn't recommend just to take it, even if you know you're going to do poorly.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I was with AP Calculus. I started off, I took the first like quiz. I did horribly. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to drop it, not have a stressful senior year. I took it again at University of Georgia, made an A. And so it's like, and then a lot of that has to do with like your professor as well. But yeah, so yeah.
Okay. So I'm a National American Miss pageant girl, and I know firsthand how people sometimes underestimate pageant girls, especially when it comes to pursuing careers in STEM. So what advice would you give to other girls in pageantry who want to break that stereotype and boldly pursue both?
That's a really good question, first of all. I have always admired the pageant girls as well, because I think like the duality. I think sometimes when you do like girly stuff, people are like, oh, you're just a girl, you can't pursue the STEM and whatnot. But I really like that. So my advice for you guys is to, maybe I said this already, but just to keep going. And pageants are amazing to build your confidence. Keep that confidence and take it with you in wherever you go. In a classroom, and when you're, I don't know, when you're volunteering on the job, things like that. So take that with you. There's a lot of things that you can learn from pageantry that you can take with you. And people might underestimate you and things like that, but really it's really good for your growth and development. I think it's great. There's another thing that I was gonna say, but I forgot where I was going. But yeah. You guys are gonna do great. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. For pageantry, that's also something really good to put on like an application and things like that, because you don't really see people doing pageants, and it's something that it's really admirable, things like that. So yeah, keep going. You guys are gonna do great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And so I have one last question for you. In your life, when you're in med school and everything, I know it's very challenging because the schoolwork and then like you want to balance it with social life and everything. So a lot of the times when you're in like high stress situations, you need a why. What is your why? Why do you keep going?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I like that. So my main why, and I think this goes along with this podcast like perfectly. I'm a Black female, and I want my patients, and I know who I am.
Right.
I know that I'm very compassionate.
Right.
I know that I want to listen and advocate for my patients, and that's my why. I want to I know it's like if you're a doctor, you want to be a doctor, of course, you want to help people, but I really want to be that person. So at Morehouse School of Medicine, we have this club, I guess club organization, there we go, called the Heal Clinic. And we go out and we go into the communities.
Right.
We'll go and do blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol screenings for like well, it's wherever we are, but I remember one time we went to a park and there was like a larger homeless population.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I really am passionate about helping people. I want people to feel comfortable around me. I want my Black female, and not just Black female patients, but all my patients to feel like they belong and that I'm going to stand up for them.
Right.
And I know that with my passion, I can help them. So that's my why, like, because I know who I am and I just want to be the best doctor that I can. And I know that like when I'm studying long hours, it's that volunteering and going out that I'm like, this is why I'm doing this, because I want to help all people.
Right.
I don't just want to help people who are rich and like can afford healthcare, because everyone should have healthcare and things like that. So yeah, that's my why. And a lot of times doing that volunteering, going out, things like that is what helps me remember my why.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, no, actually, that's amazing.
I'm a yapper.
It's okay. It's okay. I am too. It's okay. But a lot of the stuff that you said, I can see it, like just by the way that guys, she has been an amazing, amazing counselor. Actually, my favorite. But yeah, she's been my favorite counselor. And I can see her compassion. And I know your patients will see it too. So look out for her in about when do you graduate?
2028.
Look out for her in 2028 and book an appointment with her. Dr. Pooler. Future Dr. Pooler. Well, this has been an amazing session. So thank you so much for everything.
Thank you for having me. And thank you guys for watching.
Bye guys.